You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Oh my goodness, you're kidding me. I should have done this forever ago. Oh my goodness, all this time. Okay, I should have done that forever ago. Okay, so this is a mess. All right, so my bitrate was abysmal, and I just left it there. I just let it go. I didn't know what to do. I should have restarted stream hours ago. Hours ago. Because it's great now. Ugh, it's okay. Um, all I'm just gonna just redo. I cleared out Vault 11. I'm not gonna go back and do that part. I cleared out Vault 11. Vault 11 was got an hour to catch up, and then tomorrow we're gonna finish. So it's a little bit of time travel. Okay, now that stream, now that it's my bitrate isn't abysmal. Goodness, what was I doing? What was I thinking? So much better. Goodness. Okay, we're gonna have to time travel. Okay. Yeah, so we're in Vault 11, and just going around exploring there, reading the stuff. Basically, the main computer, forced them to offer up someone every year, and they would be killed. And so they equated it with the overseer. So the overseer, when their term was up, they'd have to go be sacrificed. So no one wanted to be overseer. Everyone campaigned to not be overseer, but they were nominated anyway. And it went through a few times, and then finally they decided they had enough and went to war over it. And the last 5 people were like, we're not doing it. Kill us all if you want to, but we're not doing it. And the computer's like, congratulations, you now have free access to the door. I'm not gonna kill you. That was Vault 11. Vault hunting over. Now we can go. See, that's the main computer. Now, and then we just... Yeah, this one. Okay. It's like good hour, 2 hours. Sorted. Now we get to the good part. Okay, the other thing was that you missed, because I just streamed for so long with abysmal bitrate. I should have just restarted stream. I should have just done that. Okay, so behind here I can go in here and visit Mr. House. The problem is, if I do this, it's real bad. All these guys will attack. Mr. House will disappear from here, and then that's it. That's it. That whole path is done. I'm committed. So I can't go through there, even though I know he's here. I can have a little chat with him, but it's basically I kill Mr. House and then take over with Yes Man. And that was the plan. I'm gonna sit in a chair again. That was the plan. That was the plan. That was the plan. I was going to take out Mr. House and take over with Yes Man, and I did that. And as we started going through, it was just Yes Man telling me what I needed to do to accomplish my goals, which was basically just following Mr. House's plan. Mr. House was still in charge when I was in charge. And the longer that went on, the more I had the more I was like, I don't want to be the guy in charge. It sounded fun, because I had a friend in college who was playing New Vegas, and he knew about Yes Man, and so I knew from all that time that I could be I didn't have to give it to any party. It could be me, but I didn't. When it came down to it, I didn't actually want that. Like, I spent all this time being like, yes, I'm gonna find Yes Man, I'm gonna take over the Las Vegas Strip, it'll be great. No, I was right on that path, and it was not great. Mr. House, he's got the plan. He's a mastermind. He doesn't have any interest in dictating what people do with their free time or anything like that. He has plans for restoring. I'll talk to him and he'll explain everything. That's it. That's all this. The next hour, we're just gonna catch up to where we should be now. Anyway, so I'd be a terrible leader of the Mojave. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any plans. I just know the NCR needs to go. They shouldn't. They're overreaching here. And Mr. House, he's gonna do an autocracy. He's gonna be in charge. He's gonna be... It's not gonna be 100% great. But I trust him enough that he's got humanity's best interests. So, let's go talk to Mr. House. We're gonna be his lieutenant, and it's gonna be awesome.
So, Benny has been handled, and you've recovered the platinum chip. Let's have it.
Here you go.
Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious, so very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made.
What does the chip do exactly? Well, I know what the chip does. It's a software update for everything. For this place. For... the Securitron. Well, he'll explain
yes,
it.
So far as you've seen, all it does is change the picture on the Securitron's face screens from policemen to soldiers. But as you'll see, some things are more easily shown than told. Take the elevator all the way down to the bottom
This
level,
is important.
and you'll see what I mean. Don't worry, you'll like what you see. We have much to accomplish, you and I.
Fallout, the show, is a major reason why I wanted to play this, because apparently Season 2 is going to get into New Vegas. I don't know how they're going to handle the ending, because there's multiple endings here, but if they do this ending, I'd be down. Where the courier became the left-hand man of Mr. House.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would. I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now. The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms that travel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by Glassinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun. All of this you probably already knew. What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and air targets at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair system.
Them having this all the time.
Altogether, the Mark II
But
software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit.
a driver update
The city
unlocking
of
all
New
of this
Vegas
stuff
finally has soldiers
is a
worthy of
really
protecting.
nice, neat, tidy
Return to the
explanation
penthouse now. We have much
for
to
why
discuss.
the chip can just make them all so much more powerful.
Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the Strip.
And this, we're gonna go with this one. We're gonna try and clear out every conversation option, but this right here shows why. Anyway,
I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen.
I think House
I
is the
haven't
better
shown
play.
my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself.
You think your Securitrons can defeat Caesar's Legion and the NCR?
Why would I want to go to war against the NCR? They're my best customers. If their leaders weren't scheming to steal Vegas out from under me, I'd have no troubles with the NCR at all. The foundation is laid. My Securitrons on the Strip are upgraded, and those at the fort ready for action. Now it's just a matter of adjusting the attitudes of some lesser groups, while we wait for Caesar's Legion to attack Hoover Dam.
No. I'd like to ask some questions. No. He doesn't care what happened to Benny.
That's because he ceased to be relevant when you recovered the Platinum chip. Revenge doesn't interest me. Progress does. Sorry to deny... What else?
How will the NCR defend Hoover Dam?
General Oliver's strategy, or tunnel vision, as I like to call it, has been to mass troops at Hoover Dam. He wants to outfight the Legion in a straightforward slugging match, and then, when they rout, pursue and destroy them in detail. A crushing, decisive victory of this sort would overshadow the tactical ingenuity of Chief Hanlon's defense 4 years ago, you see.
What's your plan for the dam?
A good deal should be obvious to you by now. I won't spoil the rest by talking out of turn.
Did you know I killed some white gloves who were eating their customers?
Cannibalism was strictly forbidden in their contract. If some of them broke that stricture, they deserved whatever punishment you dealt them. What else did...
Were you... Of course he knew. What are your plans? Oh, what's the deal with the snow globe collection?
What of it? I enjoy them. There's something about a little diorama set inside a glass dome that I find pleasing.
Even Mr. House
If you
needs
run
a hobby.
across any out in the wastes, turn them in to Jane. She'll compensate you. What else did you want to discuss?
What's your plan for New Vegas?
I've resurrected Vegas, spirit intact. What I need now is the ability to enforce my rightful claim. Not just against Caesar's Legion, by the way. In fact, the NCR is a more present and insidious threat.
How do you intend to enforce your claim?
To enforce, one must have force, a position of strength. Years ago, when I detected NCR scouts roaming the Mojave, I could tell from their uniforms that these were no mere tribesmen. I knew it was only a matter of time before an army appeared to take control of the dam, and I knew my Securitrons wouldn't be enough to oppose them. And so I recruited the 3 families. Vegas belongs to me because I mustered enough strength to bring the NCR to the bargaining table.
Wasn't the NCR's army big enough to defeat your Securitrons on the 3... Oh, because Caesar, of course.
Indeed it was, and still is, but not without taking significant casualties. Would Kimball and Oliver have traded the lives of hundreds of soldiers for absolute control of Hoover Dam? Oh, yes. They weren't afraid of me. They were afraid of Caesar, that attacking me would leave them vulnerable to a Legion offensive. And so they negotiated, not out of the kindness of their hearts, as they try to make it seem, because the calculus of power left no other choice.
What were the terms of your treaty with the NCR?
NCR forces were permitted to occupy Hoover Dam and establish a military base at McCarran Airport. Well, it used to be one. They recognized my sovereignty over the Vegas Strip and agreed to supply electricity and water once their engineers repaired the dam. Written into the treaty were provisions that the NCR do nothing to prevent its soldiers and civilians from visiting the Strip. That's how I harnessed the NCR to my endeavor. Their occupation has been the engine of my growing economy.
You'd go to war against them?
The salient issue is that they will go to war with me if
Yeah.
given the chance. There's just one reason why the NCR hasn't contrived some outrage to justify invading the Strip. Caesar's Legion. The final battle between those 2 armies is fast approaching. I can't afford to let either side win on their terms. What else did you want to discuss?
What was Vegas like before the war?
It was a place of splendor. As magnificent as today's Strip may seem, it's but a shadow of the neon paradise that was Las Vegas. I grew up not far from here, and though I traveled the old world extensively, I never found another place like it.
You say you saved Las Vegas. How?
By 2065, I deemed it a mathematical certainty that an atomic war would devastate the Earth within 15 years. Every projection I ran confirmed it. I knew I couldn't save the world, nor did I care to, but I could save Vegas, and in the process, perhaps save mankind. I set to work immediately. I thought I had plenty of time to prepare. As it turned out, I was 20 hours short.
What kind of preparations?
On the day of the Great War, 77 atomic warheads targeted Las Vegas and its surrounding areas. My networked mainframes were able to predict and force transmit disarm code subsets to 59 warheads, neutralizing them
good.
before impact. Laser cannons mounted on the roof of the Lucky 38 destroyed another 9 warheads. The rest got through, though none hit the city itself. A suboptimal performance, admittedly. If only the Platinum chip had arrived a day sooner.
Why didn't the Platinum chip arrive on time?
The Platinum chip was printed in Sunnyvale, California on October 22nd, 2077, the day before the Great War. It was to have been delivered by courier the following afternoon, but by then, the world had ended. The chip contained vital software upgrades, but not just for my Securitrons. Every aspect of the missile defense grid would have been upgraded too. Given that I had to make do with buggy software, the outcome could have been worse. I nearly died as it was.
How'd you nearly die defending Vegas?
Software glitches set off a cascade of system crashes. I had to take the Lucky 38's reactor offline, lest it melt down. For nearly 5 years, I battled power outages and more system crashes until I finally managed to reboot my data core with an older version of the OS. I spent the next few decades in a veritable coma, but I survived, obviously, and eventually thrived.
So, you keep control of New Vegas, then what happens?
New Vegas is more than a city. It's the remedy to mankind's derailment. The city's economy is a blast furnace in which can be forged the steel of a new rail line running straight to a new horizon. What is the NCR? A society of people desperate to experience comfort, ease, luxury. A society of customers. With all that money pouring in, give me 20 years and I'll reignite the high technology development sectors. 50 years and I'll have people in orbit. 100 years and my colony ships will be heading for the stars to search for planets unpolluted by the wrath and folly of a bygone generation.
And in the meantime, you'll rule Vegas as some kind of dictator?
I prefer the term autocrat. I would rule as the chief executive. I would not answer to a board of directors or any other entity. Nothing to impede progress. If you want to see the fate of democracies, look out the windows.
What's to keep you from abusing your power?
My judgment. I have no interest in abusing others, just as I have no interest in legislating or otherwise dictating what people do in their private time. Nor have I any interest in being worshipped as some kind of machine god messiah. I am impervious to such corrupting ambitions. But autocracy? Firm control in the hands of a technological and economic visionary? Yes, that Vegas shall have. What else did you want to discuss?
All right.
Goodbye. The next step is to add the Boomers' considerable firepower to my growing arsenal, or at the very least, ensure their neutrality.
Well, funny you mention that, because the Boomers already vowed to help me out.
Well done. The Boomers' firepower may prove an advantage when the battle for Hoover Dam comes around. Your next assignment would have been to investigate the Omertas, but you managed to foil their scheme before I could put you to the task. I should compensate you as though it were an official assignment, however. Wouldn't want to disincentivize your proactivity.
What's next in line?
Your next assignment is to locate and destroy remnants of the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. The NCR nearly did the job at Helios 1 a few years ago, but there seem to have been survivors, unfortunately. Given the Brotherhood's fanatical views on technology, they can be counted on to oppose my regime. Please, put them out of my misery.
I've already destroyed their bunker.
You have? Single-handedly destroying a Brotherhood of Steel bunker is quite an accomplishment. Platoons of NCR troops have died trying to do the same. This welcome news comes just in time, as events in the wider world are coming to a head. Aaron Kimball, the president of the new California Republic, is going to visit Hoover Dam to boost morale. Apparently, he hasn't considered the effect on the troops' morale of seeing their beloved leader get his brains blown out by a Legion sniper. I need you to make sure that no harm comes to President Kimball. It's fortunate that you've maintained good relations with the NCR.
I like that in my efforts to do the yes man side of things, that I've already just wiped out a bunch of things that House already wanted me to get dealt with. I'd like to ask some questions.
Questions like, will President Kimball survive his visit to Hoover Dam?
Why do you care whether Kimball lives or dies?
I care because he is a known quantity, not the man so much as the political context he inhabits. Kimball rose to prominence as the hero of the Mojave when he led a campaign of reprisals against tribals who dared to attack NCR citizens. Ordering the occupation of Hoover Dam was his first act of office. As water and electricity flowed to NCR cities, his popularity soared. Conversely, his failure to annex the Mojave these 7 years and the immense costs of occupying a foreign land have eroded his popular support.
So why don't you want the NCR president to die?
Kimball's entire political career is inextricably bound up with the NCR's occupation of the Mojave. It's his war. If I compel the NCR to retreat, Kimball will be the sacrifice offered to the gods so decent NCR citizens can get on with their lives. In retrospect, the Mojave and Hoover Dam will seem like one man's misadventure. Kimball will be blamed, not me, not New Vegas.
And if Kimball were to be assassinated?
Then the hero of the Mojave would become the martyr of Hoover Dam. And when, subsequently, I force the NCR to retreat, they lick their wounds and dream of righteous vengeance against New Vegas. Hello, embargo. Farewell, tourist economy. I've calculated and recalculated these probabilities. Kimball must live.
See, this is why the writing for this game is just so good. Because all the logic is well thought out and figured out, and everything fits, and all the motivations and everything works together so well. Mr. House needs his tourist economy. He needs the NCR to keep coming, bringing the caps in. He can't have them as an enemy. And he has to kick them out of Hoover Dam.
Will you ensure that President Kimball survives his visit to Hoover Dam? Simple. An NCR ranger named Graham is in charge of security arrangements for the visit. Present yourself to him. Let him know you want to help. Given your reputation, it's a near certainty that he'll accept your offer. Don't dally. The precise time of Kimball's visit is a closely guarded secret, but it will happen soon.
Can I get to... I can. Sure. Okay.
If it isn't our favorite VIP.
Excuse me, but are you the courier who caused all of that trouble in the tops?
Sure am.
Oh, great. The followers of the apocalypse, well, some of us anyway, have been interested in Mr. House's technology, how he stays alive. Of course, no one else is allowed inside the Lucky 38, so no one knows what's going on. Well, except for you.
If you're about to ask me for help, stop.
No, wait, please. Mr. House has access to technology that could help save a lot of lives. Lives of people who suffer a great deal. Unlike Mr. House, refugees in New Vegas don't have the luxury of constant medical care. Some of them don't even have regular access to clean water. I guess we could thank NCR for that. Anyway, just a bit of information about Mr. House's technology could go a long way.
I'm not interested, but I want the experience from this. The Dr. Courier diagnoses a terminally low discussion of caps in this conversation.
Ah, I see. I suppose I can give you some medical supplies for your efforts. I assure you they will be worth plenty of caps.
That's not good enough.
I'm afraid that's all I can offer. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Let me know if you change your mind. The offer for medical supplies will still be good.
Homicide detected.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to the Legion spy. I got nothing to say to him except for, well, lead. Now, we need to be getting on and getting on. Time to visit Hoover Dam. Boulder City. It's a lot. This takes a lot less time with a little bit of knowledge of the future, what I can cut down on. Can I just climb over this? That sure would be faster. Oh, they're gonna invisible wall me? Of course. Of course they are. Can't allow me getting into places that are out of bounds, or perhaps allow me to clip through things. They can't have me going anywhere they don't want me to go. See, if I could have just crossed right over. Don't know why that would have been so bad. No, they like me to follow the paths they set out. They don't want me skipping over any places. And we're pretty much just back to where we were when I decided it would be worthwhile to start stream over. And wow, look at my bitrate. It's so good now.
Hello.
Just gotta quickly run over here and grab the Sunset Sarsaparilla. Oh, I didn't mean to grab the garbage too.
I've heard of you. I'm glad you're here to help us out. This is a delicate matter, and we need all the help we can get from people we can trust. We've got a lot to do to prepare for the President's visit, and not much time. Once we start, we'll be on a strict timetable. Are you ready?
Ask
your questions, but keep it short.
I need my weapons.
We trust you, so you're free to have your weapons. Just don't do anything too crazy, and we'll back you up.
Security arrangements?
Security detail consists of rangers stationed here at the dam. Some will keep an eye on the crowd while others will watch the perimeter. Snipers and sharpshooters have been assigned to key locations, and we also have a special canine unit sniffing out members of the crowd. I've also locked down access to critical locations, such as the landing platform on the visitor center.
I'm gonna need access to everywhere.
Alright, I'll give you full access.
And schedule?
I have a full itinerary here. Here you go.
Alright. I'm done with
If
questions.
there's nothing else, then let's get moving.
I'm all set.
Good. President doesn't arrive until tomorrow. Get some rest. I'll brief you in the morning. Glad you could join us. Most of my men are already on duty, and the crowd has already started gathering outside. We've got a busy day ahead of us.
What's the plan?
The plan is to get through today without the shit hitting the fan. So I'll be overseeing the security team personally, and keeping in constant contact with people over the radio. It's a good bet that the Legion is gonna try something today, so we have to be prepared for anything. We'll do whatever it takes to get the President through this visit in one piece.
Let's get this show on the road.
President Kimball is arriving shortly. If you want to do any last-minute security sweeps or take a look around for anything suspicious, do it now. Once you're ready, meet me outside on the observation deck. Don't take too long.
Alright, time for a brand new save. Okay. Then... bam, snow globe from Mr. House. Time to hack this terminal. Okay. Ah. Well, actually, I did save just before this. Time travel. So beautiful. Ooh, I probably could actually... convicted. No, it's too far off. It's not suspected. Too far off. Convicted. Conduct. This is it. Ta-da! Okay. With the President's arrival today, security's running final sweep. Only members of the security team with weapons. Means all troopers in the speech must relinquish their weapons beforehand. We'll limit the people allowed to see the speech to a small number to reduce any potential risk to the President. Gotten with the President's traveling with only 2 Rangers, so our security team will need to be on full alert. I'd like to log my concerns about not having enough time to prepare for this, but we do our job here today. You know, I bet Caesar's Legion was like, you're good with the NCR. If I was made friends with Caesar, I bet he would have been like, okay, you're friends with the NCR. How about you just... they'll let you just waltz in with your guns. How about you just kill their president? Security duty roster. You notice that the duty roster has been accessed by an unknown login ID. It'd be a good idea to keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. Sharpshooters positioned at the following sniper locations. West. Okay. I want a radio up here to check in. Secure the perimeter, keep an eye out for external threats. Additional rangers will be stationed around the stage and the crowd. West center roof, western ridge, dam tower 1 roof. Received word the President's vertebrate is having some issues with the flight control computer. I've had some of the techs here examine the logs that were sent, and we think we can fix the issue with a small computer update. Ranger Grant has given you permission to have one of the NCR engineers examine the vertebrate when it arrives, as well as having our computer update the vertebrate systems after it arrives. Okay. Save so I don't have to do that again.
One of the Ranger vets looked at me and I just about surrendered. One of the Ranger vets looked at me and I just about surrendered.
Hey. Is it me or has the Brotherhood stopped engaging us? Smartest move they ever made, you ask me.
They stopped engaging because I wiped them out.
Nelson's back in our hands.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Whatever it is, make it quick. I don't have time for idle chatter.
Just sightseeing, sorry to bother
Then I
you.
suggest you make your way back outside. My men have orders to shoot anyone caught sneaking around in sensitive areas.
Move along.
Alright. Why is there a piece of ladder? Oh, interesting.
You're cleared to go on through.
I don't know where I need to check. I'm positive I should check somewhere. Edie, what happened to you?
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
I need through this door, don't I? What's my lockpick at? 89. And lockpick. Please tell me I have a lockpick. Please tell me I have a. There you are. It's very hard. I need to get it precise. Getting closer. There we go. This is a lot more disappointing than I expected. I mean, I'll take a few caps, but I was really expecting a lot more to this. For how locked up it was.
Is it me or has the Brotherhood stopped engaging us? Smartest move they ever made, you ask me.
I'm poking around because I'm positive.
Just between us, Colonel Moore scares me sometimes. Aha! Come on!
Whoa, 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 okay, jeez. Why is there blood here? There's a pool of blood on the floor. You examine the area and notice a bloody wrench and a tool box nearby. Someone was killed here recently, and judging by the scene, it was one of the engineers. You should keep an eye out for any engineers acting strangely. See, here we go! Ah, there's the wrench. Okay. I knew it. I didn't know what it was. But now I know where to start. Okay, so I need to go back to where I was going, the engineer place. Power plant. Power plant. I need an engineer. Ah, and then the stairs. Okay.
Hello.
No, no stealing. I don't want them mad at me. Where are the engineers? I need to find the engineers. I need to vet them personally. Okay, we'll come back to this later. No more exploring,
Hey.
Pulsar. You need to... Fantastic! What are you doing here?
Well, look who it is. Fantastic's little helper, all grown up.
I thought I killed
following
you.
in his master's footsteps.
Fantastic, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Thought I shot you in the face.
What's it look like, man? I'm fucking king of the NCR. Caesar's Legion has Caesar, the NCR's got Fantastic. It's Fantastic's NCR now.
No, you moron.
This whole war's about power, man. Caesar wants it, NCR wants it. Fantastic's got it. After I fixed Helios 1 and basically saved the NCR from the dumb shits who run it, I got myself a little promotion. Now I run the whole shebang.
Get this straight. You're not my master.
Whoa, hey, alright man, it's cool. Who said anything about being your master? I'm just the guy who tells you to do the stuff you do before you do it.
What are your responsibilities now?
Man, what aren't my responsibilities? Dam overflow, dam underflow, dam leakage. Sometimes the dam gets too big and I have to shrink it down. People
What?
come to me to resolve their disputes with my wisdom. Like, hey, Fantastic, who gets to keep this doodad we found? Or, yo, Fantastic, when will you accept that you're the father of my child? It's crazy.
You're crazy.
This...
They put you in charge of Hoover Dam?
They sure as shit did. I mean, there's still formalities, like I have to run everything by Lawson before I do it. But do I ever do that? Is his name Fantastic?
So you have to do whatever Lawson tells you.
No, man. That's just what I'm supposed to do. But when he tells me to push the middle button to divert the intake, and the right button feels nicer when I touch it, I know where my loyalty is. Man, I just don't know how an idiot like that gets put in charge of anything.
I don't know. How are you still... How are...
Adios, amigo.
Lawson.
Hello there, youngster. Welcome to my baby.
What do you call this place your baby?
The power station, the dam, they're my babies. Well, don't tell my grandchildren I said that. Anything in here that I haven't rebuilt, I've fixed. I've been here since well before the first battle. I've ground my knuckles on so much cement in here, it is nearly as much me as it is cement.
Tell me about the last battle.
I was down there for most of it, so I can't tell you much of what the boys with the guns were doing up top. From talking to the boys that were fighting up there, I can tell you that Hanlon managed to pull off what most people would have thought impossible.
What do you think of Mr. Fantastic?
Well, he mostly stays out of the way, which is a good thing. He'd probably end up doing some real damage if he tried to make himself useful.
No doubt.
Right now, we mostly let him operate the switchboard for the intercom. Flipping switches seems to keep him pretty happy.
Let's talk about something else.
You've got my ear.
What do you do?
I'm the head engineer. I make sure the turbines keep spinning and the water keeps pumping.
How's the dam running these days?
Been better, been worse. When I first came here, there was but one turbine spinning. At one point shortly after the last battle, I had 6 of them spinning. It was a wonderful sound. Only 4 of them are running right now.
What's wrong with the other turbines?
A little bit ago, one of the intake towers got clogged. No water running through it anymore to spin the generators. One of these days, I'll get some boys out to the turbine to get it running again. But right now, it is pretty low on the priority list.
All right.
Bye.
We need to save in case we need to time travel. No one cared? Just like last time? Good. And now I'm gonna save over that. Not save over it, but I'm gonna save again. Okay, so it's not you.
That fiend leader shouldn't have messed with our great army.
We're just gonna come back tomorrow and keep going with this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.